So hi and welcome back, and today I'm going to be looking at a camera, or should I say a manufacturer of camera that's so underrated, and like you can pick the cameras up for peanuts. I mean, in comparison to other 35mm film cameras, they are really cheap, but I don't know, they just don't seem to have the same rating as like a Canon or a Nikon. I won't go any further with the names of the manufacturers, but anyway. So first of all, I'm going to look at a couple of locations I went to in London, so you can see there, and actually I can show you where they actually were, where I took the photographs. Then we'll look at the actual photographs themselves that I took with this camera, and then at the end I'll come back to you explaining what the camera is and why I think it's so underrated. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these photographs I've taken, and some of them in London. The first two I'm going to show you are, I want to show you the locations where I've been as well. I mean, obviously not the stuff that I've done in Bedford, but other places I've done in London. So if you want to go and take a similar sort of shot, or if you just want to know where they are, it can be interesting. I'll show you those now. So we'll start with this one, and this is obviously Battersea Power Station and the railway line going into Victoria. Now, I've heard some people say it's really hard to find this location, so what I'm going to do, I'll show you on the map exactly where it is. And I actually found it via Google Maps originally. I'd seen friends take photographs of this, but like night time and on digital, and I wanted to do it on film and see what I could get. And the other shot I wanted to show you was this one, again looking through two houses at the, I guess it's a 1930s building with the clock tower. And we've actually got a shot of the front of this building as well, which I'll show you as well, which is this one. And you can see it's the National Audit Office building. Don't know what it was before that, or it's always been the National Audit Office, but I don't think that's so. So anyway, I'll just show you where I shot those three photographs. So they're all very, very close to Victoria Railway Station, and I come in through the tube, and I come in, and there's an inside walkway you can do that goes through a shopping centre, and what you have to do is walk to Ebu Bridge, and there's a little side road here which is actually private property. It's part of Network Rail, but if you stand at the top of the bridge, that's where I took the shot, and it looks down onto the Victoria sheds, and then over onto Battersea Power Station. So that's where that one was taken. And the actual building, the National Audit Office, you can see here, I took the shot between these two buildings here. So if I come in a bit close, you can see. So we were standing here on Warwick Way, looking through between those two buildings to the National Audit Office. So that's those locations. So let's take a look at a few of the other photographs that I took with this film. And I really rate this camera. It's really, really sharp. It's got a really lovely sharp 1.7 lens, which may be a giveaway to some people. And I also did a few shots with a 135 lens. So I'm going to show you a few of these. Now, if you are one of my Buy Me a Coffee people, you can go and see all these photographs on over there. I've basically posted them all so you can see them all. I don't want to like go into too much length with the videos, just going through different photographs. I'm just going to show you a few. So this one was taken with the 135 lens. It's not brilliantly sharp, but it's what you'd expect from a 135 lens of its time. But what I did want to show you was the one of this wood. And you've seen me taking it on other cameras. And I remember I had the Helios lens a couple of weeks ago, and how soft this area was. Look at this, it's incredibly sharp. And just think how much I'm zooming in to this image and the size it is on my screen. It's absolutely stunning, and I'm just so pleased. I'm actually really pleased with this shot, but it gives you an idea of just how good this lens is and the camera. And I'll just take a couple more for you to look at. Let's have a look. What should we do? Again, this one was taken with the 135 lens, and I normally take a picture of this. You've probably seen this in other videos as well. And again, it's really, really sharp, very noisy grain. That's only to be expected because of the way I developed the film. And we'll look at another couple. Now this one is quite soft, and I don't think I nailed the focus. And the standard one, or the standard two that I use, this is the Gates and the VK see. Now please remember these are yellow, they're not white, so that's why they're quite dull. Okay, and also we'll have a look at this one, another, again, one I constantly take photographs of as a standard, so you can see the similarities between lenses if you want to go back through the videos. One day what I'll do is I'll actually do a video comparing the different lenses and do a full comparison. So that's to come in a later video at some point. I hope you like that, and now you're going to find out what the camera was. The actual camera is a Minolta X300 and it was lent to me to test. So having to go into London, took it with me there, had to go to Cambridge and different places. So, and I did some shots around town. And I feel Minolta have been neglected, really neglected as cameras. They are really, really good. The X300 performed so well. I don't think it's been used for probably 20 years. It's that type of thing, and then switched on, it went straight in, started working. It's an aperture priority camera, and it kind of reminds me of the Canon AE1, which I had, yet the price for an AE1 is hugely different from Minolta X300, even though they do the same thing. I also prefer the design of the Minolta by far. Setting the ISO is really, really simple. The problem I had with, say, the AE1 was the camera strap could knock the shutter speed, and before you know it, you've actually changed the shutter speed. I don't get that with the Minolta. So out of the two cameras, if I was offered the X300 or if I was offered an AE1, I would take the Minolta over the Canon, because having seen how well it performed and seeing its design, I actually prefer it. Anyway guys, I hope you like this video, and I'll see you perhaps later in the week with another video. Thanks, bye.